Alright, baby, we back once a motherfucking. I know the quality. I didn't set everything up. I just rounded this up, after stream. It's fucking 7 in the morning. I wanted to do this right away. But yeah, this is not this is a my way. Preach to breach my way. 6.9, 6.8, 6.3, 7 point. It doesn't fucking matter. Just basic knowledge about, D gates, preach the breach. When I preach, I need you guys to listen. And when it comes to breaching, I need you to understand it. And when you understand the breach, you can start to preach it to your teammates. And in these squad wars, you can make games go a lot easier. And it doesn't matter when it comes to elo. HAIRLINE's team was pretty much average of, well, I guess silvers and golds. Or maybe gold. We'll put it in the middle. And then playing against a lot of plats, plats and 1 gold. They ended up winning, but it was just what they did after and what I saw. It's just like, holy fuck, man. They can make this game so much easier. So what I decided to do was, cut through half, and get the part where they picked up the Baron, and boom. I just did the preaching. So if you enjoyed this video, drop a like. Sorry for the shitty quality, but I just wanted to get this out right away. Late. Alright, baby, we back once a motherfucking again, and this is a different type of my way. This is a my way on what to do after you take the first inhibitor. There's been some struggles after taking the first inhibitor when you get a lead that I fucking hate seeing, because when you play the gate style, I mean, we all struggle, and we always, always try to find a way to come back. Some of you guys get it, some of you guys, know what you're supposed to do to kind of stall the game out, blah blah blah, or you watch me play and you kind of like, okay, I've seen Shrek in this position like, I don't know, 675 million fucking times, and he would do this, he would do that, that's what, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. But a lot of times I know when I do play gates, like with SirhcEz, I never like really commentate the games, because you know why. Because if I do, unless I don't really give a fuck, then I'll tell the enemy team to tell them what they need to do to close us out. But I never did that. That's why we had to like the beginning of the year, gates were, over 9,001, because people did not know how to handle it. We took this shit to the next level, and then have retail nerfing this, changing dragons, changing that, boom boom boom, ba ba bam, and we're just gonna go ahead and say fuck it. We're gonna go ahead and hit the 15-minute mark. We're gonna go ahead and hit the fucking. We're gonna go ahead and pop it back. All right, so now you're probably wondering, like Trick, why would you skip the whole game? Well, first off, I just got done streaming, and I give a fuck. Now, for instance, you see what's happening right here. Maybe I should have did the whole game. Maybe I shouldn't have. But regardless, we've all been in this spot. HAIRLINE's team, and I swear to God, this is Squad Wars, and I usually wouldn't take a highlight from here unless, it's, something where I can get a lot of information out, or if both teams are tryhard and they're both trying to win. And if we look at the scoreboard right now, it's fucking fed as LeBron, Thresh 2-1. We got Anthrax not doing too bad, 120 CS to 102 up top, and then HAIRLINE, just running around as UDYR. Gold count, let's see, 7,700. Has more than the top laner. Of course, not more than, what do you call it? But, UDYR could have a little bit more gold, unless everyone's doing fine and it's spread across the board. But regardless, who gives a fuck about that? What I give a fuck about is what happens after you take this inhibitor. Why? Because, it's all about maintaining and upping that lead to some next level shit, and not giving any options for the enemy team to catch back up. And plus, this is really good for these fucking silver scrubs and you bronzies and everything, so you can actually understand it. Because when you understand it and you see your team not understanding what the fuck you understand, and you understand that motherfucker is complete utter garbage when it comes to the gates, and knowing what the fuck to do to finish this game by making the enemy team starve and suck on shit. Imagine sucking on shit. I'm not gonna imagine that, because I don't want to do that. That's that's some disgusting ass shit. But look at this. Let's backtrack this. So Lulu dies after the Baron, as you can see right there, and then we have 1, 2, and then we have 3. And we have 4. You have to forfeit top inner turret. You have to. Why? Because unless you stop this push from happening. But with the Baron buff up wave, that's one thing you don't want to fuck with and don't want to underestimate, especially when they've been pressuring you and they have the bigger lead, which is about 9K right now for the blue team. plus 2 dragons are going to do extra damage, plus red buff or anything if they decided to buy a blue elixir pot to up the damage just so that they can burn this tower down after doing Baron. Because you can do it. Oh, we back Baron. Shit, picking up this Baron, picking up 300 gold plus, you know, having a buff plus being ahead in the game and having everything control. Fuck it, let's just buy it. Let's buy the blue elixir on our AP so she can drop a couple autos. LeBron super fed. He can slide in double auto and then boom, instantly take the turret. Have UDYR just zone and run through and tank everything. Hopefully there's not 5 people waiting there. If there's 5 people here, then you have control. It's what you do with that control. Say, for instance, UDYR's already pushing top. All right, that says to LeBlanc, aka the Aurelia, I think I should stay up here. But giving up this turret just to hold this off and blow up this wave is what the red team needs to do. Now, Morgana should not even be over here taking out this fucking pink ward because that's going to take 5 shots plus give information to the blue team. It thrushes all the way in the back of the base. But yeah, UDYR is here. But still, top laner, 80 carry, and mid laner is all that's needed to push down mid if Lulu's dead. And as you can see, we got Caitlyn bot. And Caitlyn should hurry the fuck up and push this so she can go over here. Because there's no way once LeBron shows mid and pushes down, or if you see LeBron running down but there's no LeBron, there's no need to hold this. Plus, she probably wouldn't be able to hold it anyway. But now you see what's happening right now. You got boom. Karma's able to get up here, push the wave up. Now, why would SirhcEz come over here? The only reason you would come over here to pick up this blue buff if you know your team can hold this wave off. If you push this wave, so you delay that Baron buff, and an enemy team. I mean, yeah, the blue team has to wait for the next wave to come out so that they can siege. So that means the blue team has to open up their options to, you know, maybe go for, you know, this top towers and one bottom if he has teleport, blah blah blah. But regardless, you have to stall it. And of course, the blue team did already pick that up, and he just drops his mine and comes over here. And just like that, one little decision to take out this pink ward, come to blue, farm bottom, and one wave was all that's needed to just have this happen. Unless you're giving up, but a lot of times people don't give up or just they don't know what to do. This right here is just, you know, oh, we're fed, we got 2 dragons, I'm just going to run it down mid. And you're like, and the enemy team's like, what the fuck? What happened? No one's covering mid? Exactly. So whenever they pick up Baron buff, you always want to think about what the enemy team's going to do. Like, if I know there's a wave pushing down and we didn't clear it and we had to back up because somebody showed up mid and we have no vision elsewhere, then, yeah, it's time to group up mid. Because, you know, if there's 3, I mean, you have no other choice, you know. When it comes to control, you're getting controlled by the enemy team, but it's just understanding that control, saying, okay, all right, so UDYR still stay top, and there was only 3 mid, and actually one guy slipped down bottom. So let's leave, you know, these guys here to hold this off, and SirhcEz, fine, because if they die of us, at least she has a lot of CC. Maybe leave Caitlyn. Lulu's support, right? No, Lulu was actually the mid laner. So Lulu's the mid laner. So Lulu can actually go into her own lane. So you'd probably want your Lulu bot, but she was dead at the time. But she would have spawned. But regardless, they didn't hold mid. But there's a lot of things you can do. You understand what I'm trying to say? Is I'm trying to, you know, open your minds up, just not to think simple-minded. And don't worry, this video is going to go on for a while because we're going to see some next-level struggles, and you're going to see some struggles. You're going to be like, oh my god, is this serious? Like, what the fuck? So SirhcEz, after picking up the blue buff, decided to walk through, gets ulted by Lulu, and it sucks that, you know, she had to walk through and die like that. And it'd have been nice to stay full HP just in case they decided to siege another turret before the next wave pulls up. Because when the next wave pulls up, there's going to be supers. So that gives you enough time before the supers start running down here before you have to hold that off to try to maybe get a team fight and pray to God that, you know, something bad really happens. And of course, something bad always happens. Like, for instance, Dumbass deciding to jump in to kill a boar. Was that needed? You just took mid inhibitor. Your jungler is top and force Aurelia, you guys that push mid, force Aurelia to back. There's no need to push this. You have a wave right here. Oh, instead of sitting here pushing mid, you could have been backing up Karma, but of course LeBlanc probably, I mean, well, that's her name. Aurelia probably would have never jumped on the Karma if you were staying together. Plus, you already had them behind the turret, and you're about to get a top inhibitor turret. No one dies. Not only that, you get to farm anything in their jungle, push these waves out, go back if you have items to buy, 1,500, 2K. So, do you see what I'm saying here, guys? So, when you see your dumbass Anthrax, go and jump in. Leave the motherfucker. Leave the motherfucker. Let the bitch die. Let him die. Listen to me. Let him die. Let him choke by himself. Because that's fucked up, man. Because a lot of times... Okay. There you go. That's fine right there, I guess. Karma's off to the side, but a lot of times this happens. You guys know how it goes, but Anthrax goes down, dropping his dance, and UDYR is pushing top, but this game could have gone a lot smoother. Now let's see what happened. Like, why is, like, wrong champ GG, are you looking to hook somebody? Yeah, okay, why don't you just put, you know, let LeBron take these 2 camps, farm, push bottom, go back, wait for the dumbass to spawn back in 30 seconds and reset and do the same thing over. Well, I'm not going to say the same thing over again, but, you know, work on the 1-3-1s, you know? Oh my god, that fucking farm. Alright, UDYR overextend. Look at this. Like right here. Like, okay, so here's the okay, Mini's looking at me. He's like, what? Mini, you wait. Alright, Mini wants to play. So, okay, remember, Anthrax died like a dumbass, okay? Your bot lane is already gone. Your Karma's already gone. There's no need for you to be overextended this hard for fucking 100 gold unless you're fucking god status. And then you decide to stun Aurelia, which, you know, you're not going to kill unless you have about 10 seconds alone with her. But you're not going to get that, and you see a board coming in, turbo mode, red buff, and boom, you die. See, there's no need to die there. Just back, live. Let LeBron push this bot. You already pushed the wave that's mid. Oh, shit. Plus, you have enhanced minions, and it's cleared. So, by the time everything resets, you know, you got more gold. You didn't give up 2 kills. And you can, you know, I guess you can just push down bot. Always keep mid push and push top. So, UDYR, if you want to stay bottom, or unless you want to keep the teleport and leave UDYR in the mid lane, since UDYR doesn't have teleport, and he can just bear stance his way and group up, and the teleport can come into play. But it's all about pressure and always keep in mid push. Like, when you have super minions and shit's about to go down, to stop from shit from going down, whether it's your team doing something stupid or the enemy team trying to engage onto you, push mid. Just push mid, like before the wave pulls up, just in case. Always kind of get a reading on your mini-map if you're lazy like me and don't want to read. I get a lot of information by looking at my mini-map at this point in the game when I'm sitting here playing the control game. So Aurelia decides to back and picks up a belt. Boar's over here chilling. Alright, we're just going to put in directed camera. Vape Nage. Alright, LeBron picks up red, dragging us up, third, very important. To me, it's like, at this point of the game, when you already picked up the first 2, yo, it's the third one, when you play have UDYR, it's important. 5%, what do you fucking do, right? Well, yeah. So, here's another thing. You have teleport up in Anthrax, you already probably know after seeing Kaylin and Aurelia over your wave inside their base that this was going to be free. So Anthrax should have already been heading top. And at the same time Anthrax heads top, he picks up these 2 camps, rolls up, and then to top to push that lane out. To always keep this pushed out, because you see what Kaylin's trying to do is push this out just in case something, you know, happens down in his bot lane where if you guys decide to siege, so blue team sieges, that there's no supers running straight down, so nobody's holding a turret, because if somebody's having to hold this shit because somebody's always keeping this push, then that leaves the numbers advantage over to the blue team, and that means Kaylin or whoever's holding him in might not make it there in time, and that time being not there, you know, with the team stopping the siege could lead into a dive, burstation, or another tower going down, and boom, your inhibitor gets fucked and you're screwed, and then slowly your soul gets dragged into the gutter. So now we have 1-2. Now Anthrax, look at him, you see him? Now they're gonna push down bot. Anthrax, see, you see how Anthrax could have been top ages ago? This is the thing, and now he's like, oh, I'm gonna go top. This is why I preach the breach. It's all about the gates, man, and it makes me cry that, you know, I gotta keep doing this, man. I'm telling you guys, once you get it, you start to put the pieces together, and that puzzle is just like a 3-piece instead of a 60,000 piece. And you can just start making decisions just off by reading your teammates. And here's a hook, and then of course reading the minimap. Like right there, lands 1 hook, decides to go in. Like right there. Like, what do you ask yourself? Now, once you see the dumbass go in, let him die. You have to back off, because now they have the numbers advantage, and Anthrax is not nowhere near the inhibitor turret. But then again, if they can drag the fight out, and there's the snipe, not even needed. Bell flash into the wall, goes down to the snipe, and let's see if he can push this top. But Aurelia goes top, so there's no need to try to do anything stupid. So there is the flash in. Now right here, insta. Wow, Jarito actually walking and running up more and dodging the icicles. And there's the The boar, again, the boar, I think, missed a dash right here. And boom, that's a double fail. You can't be missing that. Imagine if that ult would have landed and Jarito died right off the bat and there's no minions here. Now somebody on Jarito's team is taking the beam, and it doesn't really matter because that next target's going to die really fast. But Jarito does go down. You see him? Bad death, but LeBron does pick up a double kill. It's not too bad. Now another thing is top lane, knowing that what's happening bot lane, you have to understand, like, worst case scenario, what could happen when, even if Jarito goes in for a dive like that, where's Caitlyn at when she's needed with, god damn that laser beam. Alright, let me play it. So yeah, if Caitlyn was here and Aurelia was just holding the tower so that Caitlyn can keep herself bottom, this could have been a different fight. But no, it's like, oh my god, you are pushing my lane. I don't allow that. I will chase you. And there you go. And that's just the way it is. Why? Because they're fucking bronze. And these guys are like plat players, man. These guys are plat players. Now, Jarito's team was the lower elo this game. But yeah, and there you go. They picked this up. Alright. So another thing here. Now let's backtrack this. It's just taking the inhibitor turret. Understanding that UDYR died and Thresh died. And how did they die? They died really, 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 really bad. So letting, just getting an inhibitor turret. Like, hey, pause it. So UDYR dies, aka Jarito. Anthrax is off to the side. There's no minions pulling down because there's minions rolling into their Nexus towers. So you taking this, knowing that you're in their base, and of course Aurelia is going to back, and Caitlyn's probably back on her way over to help, plus Lulu, and Lulu's their mid laner, and Aurelia's back, or you have no information. Taking this inhibitor tower was a big plus. So you two should back the fuck up. Because it's just rotations of deaths, like death. Okay, one by one. And of course it always comes back because the enemy team, if they figured out what they have to do to get back into the game, GG. They're like, oh shit, I know this is gonna happen. We might lose our inhibitor tower, but if they're stupid and they, well, if they make a stupid decision, where in my eyes it's a stupid decision by not just taking this tower back, and we get the chance to kill these guys, and it delays the game longer. So like right here, for instance, if they take that and they back and they waited for Jarito and Thresh to come back out with top already pushed, what other options do the red team have right now besides farming? They're really stuck inside their base. You own their whole jungle. Every single dragon is yours, and if you have to slowly play like this, and this is the thing about Squad Wars that I like, that if you guys communicate with each other, that games could look supremely easy, season 3 style, where you're finishing games in 20 minutes, not 15. Well, it depends, I guess. But here, yeah, they could have backed in LeBron gold. What do you have? Oh, 1,800, 1,100. Okay, that's not bad. I mean, 1,000 on what do you call it? It's still early in the game, but yeah, they could have backed. They could have backed. Got paid, and look at Anthrax. Doesn't hesitate. Let's see if they get something. Okay, that's gonna be really a red buff, I think. No. Okay, there's the Randuins. LeBron picks up one of the kills. No, that's Anthrax going down. Lulu's gonna go down here, and there's a double kill. LeBron dies, and looks like that's gonna be one Nexus turret. There's Anthrax life stealing. Will survive. Thresh running down mid. There's no need to. Like right here, it's another like what would you do in this situation? Like this right here drives me fucking insane. Just look at this. Just like I don't even have to say it, right? Look at this. Look at him. Look at him. I mean, you talk about boosted. It's like seriously. It's like walk down, take this, back up, wait for your whole squad, and then push down. Oh, don't worry. This game continues to go on, guys. It continues, boys. Now, overall, you might think that this is not bad, but just remember one thing. This is Squad Wars where all 5 players are on first communicating with each other, and it still goes bad. And then, of course. Now, here's another thing. When I was watching, look at this. You see those two? Look. Like, yo, guys. Hey, hello. Awareness. Hello. Are you guys plat players? Okay. All right. Hey. Yo. Hey. Over here. Guys. Those are just regular minions, man. Don't worry. Another wave's coming out. And always look to see when your waves are minion waves are spawning. 15 and 45 on the clock. Yo. Hello. Hey. Hello. Okay. So that doesn't matter at all. And that's awareness, boys. So I mean, if you're bronze, silver, gold, there's hope for you. That's why Kajwani just hit plat. I don't know where fucking green is at. Oh, Karma says light up, bitch. Now I'm gonna show you another, teach you another thing about just something that drives me fucking insane when they decide to call for the Baroons. All right, so here, what do? You have an open inhibitor. You can come down here and poke it, but at the same time, you want to do what I said to do mid lane is keep the lanes always pushing. Like if you decide to siege mid and have this wave blocked off, especially if it's a caddy and it takes a few extra seconds for it to go down, and it gives the red team time to defend this. And if you try to go for this, then you're going to be ignoring the red team since they're playing the defensive. Usually they have the advantage, unless of course you are, you know, you are in it to win it and you know what to do with your lead. But you know, after what we saw, it's kind of 50-50. You know, it's mostly just LeBron and Anthrax going in and tanking a little bit here and there. But if LeBron just instantly gets deleted, then boom. So that's one option they really need to have happen, which is LeBron trip over a stick and walk into 9 fucking stuns. And if they blow him up, they take away how much gold? 15k. So take 15k off the board. That leaves them less than 40k, and boom. Guess it could be an even game. So that's one way to look at it. And of course, having Swakajwani, there are possibilities. So pushing this up, and at the same time, never letting a wave push. If you're gonna siege down, always push these lanes out. Just always push everything, anything, because you have the map, you have this map, you have control. You know, it doesn't take 5 seconds for your teammates to wait for you to push something, so it's nothing but green running down the map. So top inhibitor tower is pretty much full HP, and we're looking. Aurelia, okay, so right here. Very bad. Yeah, Baron spawning right now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 need to be on Baron banging on this thing before this dude gets jumped on. And if they know they can't contest it like a 5v5, that's fine. Because you have a board that's already near Baron and you have it warded. And you just want this board to try to steal 50-50. Unless, of course, you have everything under control and there's no super minions running down. Or if Aurelia is able to hold it off and teleport in. But look at this. So, instead of pushing mid, like instead of just pushing this lane out and pushing these super minions and one Nexus turret and pushing this wave at the same time and rotating mid to kind of keep these guys off balance by, you know, oh fuck, this dude's pushing top, let's rotate. And then having them rotate back and forth and waiting for an opening. But of course, definitely going and trying to take this inhibitor with this big ass lead. All you got to do is peel for LeBron. And you have poke with Karma. And you have UDYR for the front line and a somewhat tanky Anthrax and a Thresh too with engage, but it's all got to be at the same time. So I mean, if a Thresh goes in like he died that one time, he just hooked in and just failed flash, but he hooked in by himself into a laser beam with no follow-up. See right here, like, is this even worth it to even force this? Aurelia teleports in, but right here, this should be a free Baron. This should be non-existent to the red team, but you made it an existent for him, and look, the boar gets it. So right there, we had a what 10k gold lead down to fucking almost, well, it doesn't matter if it's a 3-4k swing, it doesn't matter. You got aced and you lost Baron. Now what does the red team need to do? I see green here, farm. If there's anything in the jungle, of course you want to farm it, but you want to push this out. You want to wait for this to respawn. You want to push these lanes out, but you don't want to get greedy and try to 5-man push down mid. You want to slowly just try to farm, take these outer turrets, take all 3 of these. If they were to take all 3, that'd make it at 51k. Not only that, farming all these minions, you know, while they're dead, and just farming anything they can, will easily drop this gold lead down to about, you know, maybe 3k, right? Depending if they get 6 towers, but there's no way they're going to get 6 fucking towers. But regardless, picking up the Baron buff and being down 2 inhibitor turrets and 1 inhibitor right now, and this was down earlier when the blue team got the first Baron. But the blue team gave that option over to the red team, which is fucking insane. Because the one thing is, you know, after playing this game for so long, is, you know, the feel. I developed the feel like, oh, this doesn't feel right. And how do you know does it again later on in this game? Like, it just doesn't feel right. Like, what are you doing? It's like I said, you push and you pressure, and you don't get that option. So Anthrax should have waited and chilled and relaxed, but didn't. Alright, let me turn this volume down. So what are the blue team's options right now? Think about it. Think about it. Like, what could they do? You know, you got this Baron buff. You pray to God they run straight down mid lane, you know, with this Baron buff. But then again, you know, it really depends on, you know, the, I guess, comp-wise and how you play it. If you don't play your comp right, then you could just easily get smoked even after getting an ace and a Baron buff. So you want to look at it and break the game down as many ways possible. So you always give yourself options. So you always start, well, so you develop this this feel where you know you have a chance. I think that's better to say. Yeah. Where you know that, oh shit, even though my teammates are fucking boosted animals, I still feel like we can win this. I just gotta make sure to do this and this because this motherfucker's bad at this and this. But I'm not gonna sit there and bang on him over it. I'm just gonna focus on my game only. And that's the thing, man. You never know where the fuck people's heads are gonna be. It's always gonna be everywhere. Okay, so here. Like Aurelia here, for instance, wanted to get this tower and doesn't get it, but the minions look like they are going to pick it up, and she dies. You know, this is kind of bad. There's no pressure mid lane. Libra Thresh already out. Dragon is up, and looks like they might lose this, and looks like that's going to be a yeah, because UDYR thought it was smart to go ahead and pick up Aurelia. You know, I guess that's not too bad. A 4th Dragon would have been nice for the blue team, because they would have been able to supremely dive. Now, if they didn't give up a lot of these kills and kept their gold lead and played smart and played the control game, it wouldn't be anything for them to just, you know, if they siege bot and just go for all-in dive. And not all-in dive meaning, it doesn't mean that everybody has to dive. Oh, if this guy dives and he dies, I gotta dive and die with him. I gotta dive and die with him. I gotta die, you know, and then you repeat it over again. You know, all you do is when you siege down after taking inhibitors and you're pushing every single lane out is you run at the motherfuckers like you're gonna dive him, the tank, or even Anthrax, the bait, if he has his blood well. You have Thresh pretend hook, ult, so they all back up, and then you hit the turret. Like, right, what Lebron's doing. Look at the damage that he just put on this turret by himself plus the minions running down. Now, think about it. At this point in the game, I mean, you have 4, 5 people hitting that thing, it goes down. If you bought the elixir, or if you're playing the 1-3-1 pressure in, and it's one guy and UDYR ignores, he can put fucking 1/8 of damage without minions, you know, piece by piece, or with minions, ignore somebody hitting him while he's on a turret because every other lane is being pushed and not 5, and there's no, you know, squad onto whoever's, you know, trying to go for the tower, and people just don't understand that. They feel like right here, was that even necessary to go in? Like, take the tower. Look at this dude. He walks in just because he has his blood well. Just gonna get popped. Well, that's actually good if they get this tower, because after watching him play, fuck, I can give a fuck if he dies. And then boom, right here after this, you just took an inhibitor. I don't know, and this just spawned. You want to back up right now unless you're confident you can win a team fight. But if you're not confident, you're not on the same page, and you expect, you know, things to play out how they're supposed to play out in your fucking head, like, oh, we're winning, we win, and that's it. Like, okay, you don't expect fucking Anthrax to suicide in there. You don't expect Karma to fucking miss her fucking keys, and then boom, trip over a rock and break both of her legs and just get fucking knocked with some ice, or UDYR to walk in and bear stands the wrong person and not focus on peeling for Lebron since he's 30 and fucking 5 and he can just shit all over the whole game. Lebron's chilling, double gat to the back. UDYR runs top, so UDYR running top. There's a hook onto Lulu. I mean, it's not a bad idea. Let's see if they go for it. And right here, 1-2. It's like, why isn't Karma over here dropping his shield? And that's your fucking goddamn... No, that's your mid laner. So that would have been a fat, juicy-ass shield. Plus Thresh has face in the mountain, so he can use that and drop it on. Will it be enough, though? And he pops a Quicksilver or wherever the fuck. Yes, it is Quicksilver. It does have a little bit of sustain, but there's the snipe, and looks like he's not going to be able to make the face of the mountain. And right there, all he needed was a Q. Like, this guy going to the back line to kill a fucking Caitlyn that's not going to be able to drop any autos except onto Anthrax is going to be useless. Like, Caitlyn is fucking useless. I repeat, useless. Useless. If she gets to stand there and auto attack 40 fucking times against this team that's fucking got the lead, then she's useful in that way. But that, of course, really comes down to, you know, the other squads. But regardless, like, why are you on Caitlyn right now? Like, why are you all helping Caitlyn right now? All you have one, look, you gotta protect this dude right here. If this dude auto-attacks somebody and he gets the freedom to do what he wants with his abilities, and look at cooldown boots, Essence Reaver, 40% CDR, he shits all over the whole game. But instead, nobody sees him. Why? I don't know. If I was Lebron, if you're Lebron, look, you dumb motherfuckers, I want you guys to be in front of me. That's it. You motherfuckers stay in front of me. That's one fucking job. It's easy, right? It will stay the fuck in front of me. If Aurelia jumps onto me, drop that bitch a goddamn knock-up, slap her right across the face, flay her ass, drop 9 shields on me, and watch everybody die. But instead, it's Karma. I'm gonna go for Kylan in the back, okay? Alright. But as you can see, Jarito, thank God, comes in here. But what I'm trying to do is just make this game easier for you guys. I know, you know, you can sit here and look, but, you know, I already had a lead, but yeah, I tell you what, you can go to yourself, because I don't want to hear none of this shit. You know, I see how these games goes, and I see how Jarito plays, and Jesus, sometimes I wonder. Boom, later, bitch, and just Karma overextended, dies, and that's 4 deaths right there. But they took a Nexus turret, which gives hope. Hope is given right there. Next level hope. Next level. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they couldn't take the inhibitor bot. It just spawned back because they didn't peel for him. And that game would have been over. UDYR should back. Okay, never mind. It's not going to back. Gonna go through blue. Let me drink some water. But I'm serious, guys. This shit drives me insane. Like, really, it drives me insane. Alright, but, there might be other things that I want to break down too. But yeah, like, Caitlyn is so useless. Like, fuck it. Who let her fucking hit whoever she wants to hit? You know, you jump onto her. Whatever. She kind of gets close. I mean, you saw, she wasn't, like, you alone standing there and keeping her in that back line, you did your job. But you got to know damn well that this Aurelia getting to the back line with this boar, I mean, it's going to be too much unless a Thresh is a god. But Thresh was, I guess, somewhat kind of out of position, or you can say the AD carry just wasn't there. And Aurelia already got the jump onto him, and maybe Lebron was already low. And Jarito's just going to do his thing and just push the damn lane. So it becomes a next level struggle. And, excuse me. Alright, so got 4 people bot Jarito. Now, here's another thing. Like, this is the thing I don't understand. It drives me insane. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, oh, I got my blood well. I can do this. There's only 5 champions. Like, you have nobody pushing down straight, yeah, through the fucking gates. And then he decides to walk in and out. Like, it makes absolutely no fucking sense. No fucking sense. Lantern drop, but no, it goes down. Now, Jarito running straight through here is beautiful because it stops, you know, the red team from doing anything, chasing your teammates, and watching your whole team burn. You know, thank God Jarito's not farming wolves. Here, you gotta go. You gotta go. So now you get a fucking bottom inhibitor, which is really good. Now here, you want to get the fuck out of dodge. You want to get out of dodge. Boom, there's the ice. You have mercs, but it's not gonna stop you that long. And boom. Now, this is good, you know, if you're by yourself. But once Lulu shows up, there's no way you're going to be able to tank this. And one thing you don't want to do is be dead when Anthrax is already dead. So you surviving after taking this bottom inhibitor and waiting for these super minions to spawn in about another 17 seconds is definitely a good game plan. To have these super minions pushing down this wave, it's going to keep people down here, which will give you numbers advantage top after taking the middle inhibitor. Of course, that'll probably spawn in a couple minutes, but you could actually probably 5-man top or wait for the next Baron. But instead, you don't. And here's another thing. Oh, there's a fail-ass flash. Not only that, Jarito fucking goes from Wrecker. He sells his Wrecker, right? This shit tilted me, too. I was like, what the fuck, man? So he sells his Wrecker. Wait for it. I felt like the red team probably should have just all went for fucking Baron. They should... No, well, never mind. They have no inhibitors. It's really... It depends. Alright, so he sells Wrecker, right? Wait for it, guys. Wait for it. It's telling you, man. There's a teleport coming in, but that port back. Aurelia's already back, and they decide not to 1, 2, 3, 4 commit onto this with Thresh off to the side. Lebron back in the base. You know, sometimes you have nothing to lose. And then Karma comes in. Hadokens takes out Lulu. Anthrax gets stopped. But look, okay, hold on. Wait for Jarito's build. He's the UDYR. Sells his fucking Hunter's Potion or whatever the fuck it's called. Alright, there's flash in. Anthrax goes down. And look at this. Raptor's Cloak. And Kindle Gem. Rip. Rip. Boosted. Alright, so, but yeah. That's a struggle. That is the struggle. There's the eye. Steven Meister will not go down. Karma still left alive. Here, Aurelia gets to the back line, and boom, what do you call it, by herself, and the snipe coming out. See, they are so tunneled on killing this champion, when maybe one or two autos onto Karma would have been better. And not only that, she can fend for herself. She can do this herself. If you DPS this champion, you keep the boar alive. Maybe she has this much HP because you're auto attacking and use abilities on this champion, and then switching over. But look at this. Like, Aurelia pretty much did this. Now, Aurelia doesn't have to fully commit. Only put the fear and God in this motherfucker to run away, and then turn and kill Thresh, and then boom, have the numbers advantage. 3v1 onto Steven Meister, which leaves 3 of them down. Alright, well, still able to get the kill, and then boom, gets that kill. Karma trying to breach the gates, and bam. You have nothing to lose right now. You have Anthrax, well, you have no inhibitors up yet. Alright, so let's just slowly. Let's just slowly wait for this, and here we go. So here we got bottom inhibitor down. You know, we got a nice fat stacking wave. The 5th dragon would have gone over to the blue team, but it would have never made it to the 5th dragon if they played it smart and not stupid, and died. And remember one thing: the reason why I'm breaking it down from both sides, or just splatting the fuck out of my mouth, splatting whatever, just running my mouth about this, is so that you understand that somebody on enemy team might know all this shit, and he might be waiting for an opportunity to catch back up. So there's the port back in. They're icing it up. The double gap of LeBron gets it with the Cole, and that means we have a Baroned up blue team. Thank fucking LeBron. There is the Q, and finally they're able to fucking win a team fight. And Aurelia not going to be able to flash over the wall. Didn't even have flash anyway. Just walking back, and they're going to walk into a couple of cupcakes. And boom, that's going to be GG. I know I didn't play the whole game. I couldn't play the whole game. It's better to play this and pretend like, you know, these guys weren't playing. But this happens a lot of times in games. And I'll tell you one thing, you know, when me and SirhcEz played and we were breaching gates, I'd be the team that would be getting fucking smoked. But it wouldn't be versus like a squad of, you know, breachers like me and Chris, you know, and we'd lose everything, you know. It's either we lose everything, right? Or we be down so many fucking kills, they wouldn't have shit in their base. And they wonder, how the fuck are we losing this game? You know, it's just the way of the game, man. You know, a different way to look at it. Because when you don't see the game, you know, the objective style play, when you don't see it like that, you only see blood and team deathmatch. And if that's your style, then hey, man, you have to learn that. But at the same time, you can still add both of them together and still play your style and be like, is this a good fight for me? All right, by, you know, taking tricks, gates, and putting it into my team deathmatch style, this is actually a bad fight because we don't really have a lot of options. And if we fuck up and we have a big lead already, you know, we could lose a Baron here or lose a couple towers and every team gets back into the game, blah, blah, blah. Or, you know, just understanding it, yeah, this is a bad fight, but I don't give a fuck because we throwing down because I know what's going to happen. I broke the shit down. Yeah, we're going to lose 3 towers here, a dragon. I know what to do if we do that. All right, we do it again. All right, you win the next fight. You throw another one because you know, you understand, and that's all I'm trying to preach, man. That's all I'm trying to preach. And that's just, you know, it's just sad that people don't understand that. You know, understanding is the greatest thing because when you understand a lot of things about just the fucking game, I sit here and look at player and like, Jesus, I'm bad at the fucking game. I'm complete trash. But, you know, at least I understand it. You know, if we're talking mechanically, if we're talking gates, then I'm the fucking greatest to ever grace this motherfucking game. You know? But that's the ways, though. That is the motherfucking ways. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And that's Hot Eat though. So drop a like for Hot Eat though. Let me get about 50,000 likes for Hot Eat though. Peace, late. He's gonna be gone for 3 weeks, so we're gonna miss him in these squad wars. But you'll have to just deal with me. So peace, late.